Good afternoon, Mr. Turkington.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good.
You enjoying this ride we're on, this roller
I,
coaster?
what's that saying we used to use back in the day? Yesterday is another reason to think of Thursday as a thirsty Thursday, or maybe just a slightly earlier happy hour than normal.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. So let's get into this credit trigger. Um, Most people don't even know what this is or don't know what it means. So when you guys, the consumer, reach out to us to you give us your social security, your date of birth, your address, we go ahead and we type it into our credit provider and we pull your credit report. um, Something happens pretty much every time, especially right now, because things are a little bit slower in the mortgage industry. So talk to me a little bit about what happens, what we're doing, what's triggering, et cetera, and then I'll build off of where you go with that.
Perfect. So we've had a lot of exposure to this. If we go back to, gosh darn it, it was like 2003, probably, when we had our first experience with what we call credit report trigger leads. So if we just a quick history lesson here for those of you that don't want to listen for a hot second. But the company we work for in Michigan got acquired by Sallie Mae, the student loan company. They had at that time somewhere near 11 million student loan customers, and their desire or ability to provide mortgage financing for those student loans was prevalent. They wanted to do that. So one of the things that they charged us with doing is taking those 11 million student loan customers, or a portion of them, and put them in this credit report trigger monitoring. So at any point when those customers would have a lender, a mortgage company of some sort, first mortgage or second mortgage, access their credit report, there was a notification that we got within 24 hours so that we could reach out to them. So this is back in the early 2000s, right? That part of the industry has expanded immensely in the 19 years since then. So now whenever somebody has a credit report, a hard credit report run by a mortgage company or a bank for lending purposes, those notifications are much more widely sold or marketed to be sold so that other lenders can solicit that person to say, hey, we know you're in the market for something, we'd love to help. And it gets obnoxious.
All right. That's awesome.
You
So
wanted 1 minute and I gave you 4. Sorry.
no, I'm totally good with that. You're getting my wheels spinning. So Experian, Equifax, TransUnion are the 3 credit bureaus that report to pretty much every credit report agency that provides these your 3 scores.
Yep.
So those 3 agencies are selling that inquiry, that mortgage inquiry, to people willing to buy them, to chase down people to say, hey, don't do your loan with ABC Mortgage or DFE Mortgage. Come over here to me. That's in essence what they're doing.
Yes.
So what we wanted to do is to share with everybody right now what that means to you when you get your credit pulled for a mortgage inquiry, what you have to prepare mentally to happen to you. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. So it's happened even a couple of times this week where people that we've kicked off the application for. So it's a bigger deal at the time of application for us because we use a soft credit pull, which does not send off those notifications. That's not the reason why we do it. It's kind of an added bonus. We do the soft pull because it gets us everything we need and there's no hard inquiry impact to the credit score. So as we're working with people prior to them buying a home or officially saying, I want to refi, when we get to the application part, that's when we do the hard pull. And that's where we get the people reaching out to go, dude, what did you guys do my phone is blowing up. And then we have to have the same conversation we're having right now. But yeah, it's 4 or 5 calls a day for the period of 3 to 5 days that these companies that are buying those leads are soliciting the people. I know when I
Well, the
did my
thing that's
refi a while ago, I even got overnight stuff, meaning FedEx or UPS would get a letter delivered to my door and they'd make it look official. And, so creativity for the marketing side is impressive.
stamp the box, guaranteed
Guaranteed
piece.
piece. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what's classic to me is so our customers will send us a snapshot of a text that they get, and it will be, oh, hey, John Doe, we have a couple more questions on your mortgage application. Please click here, or please reach out to me at XYZ number. So they're being totally slimy about it. Let's just call it what it is, right?
Correct. Yes.
So they're trying to confuse the consumer into speaking with the new company as if it's the original company they were speaking with. Why they believe this is a good idea is just beyond me. I can't. That's how desperate they are, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
if we go back when there were more applications, I think most of the stuff probably was being done through the mail or through the 2-day overnight or some notification trying to lure them with print media because the industry was busy writing and closing loans.
And they had
So
money to spend.
yeah, and as mortgage applications have reduced and call it labor capacity has increased to make the calls, that's become a little more fast and furious than what we've seen in prior times.
So we have a bunch of commission salespeople out there that have plenty of time on their hands. Is that correct?
That is a fair statement.
Are you saying you have a lot of time on your hands right now? Okay.
I
guess we're commissioned.
As a mortgage buddy of mine said last week, he's like, I feel bad for my dogs. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? He said, I think they get walked like 5 times a day now.
They're sick of us.
So there's a little bit of extra capacity in the schedule.
That is classic. So we've got to remind our folks that are taking an application, or even if they've spoken with another company and they reach out to us for a second set of eyes or a second look, we still have to remind them of the last thing we want to do is pull another credit report so you can get double or triple or quadruple sets of trigger leads to call. And that's when it just, shopping for a mortgage right now is difficult enough as it is. But when you have all of these desperate, hungry loan officers swarming on you, it's just not good.
Well, and especially if you think about what the vast majority of applications going on right now is for people buying a home. So when you're in the middle of that, at some point about a week into the transaction, the to-do list actually starts to slow down. But for the first period of time, whether you're talking to your real estate agent or the mortgage person, both parties are just adding shit to the to-do list, and it becomes overwhelming. It can get emotionally charged where, hey, you're doing this big financial transaction, and then you get just inundated with slimy requests. It just doesn't do anything for people's sanity.
Folks, when you're in this process, ask the lender that you're working with, are you going to start with a soft credit pull? Do yourself that favor so you don't get inundated with these texts and these phone calls. That's the first step right there. 95% of the lenders will not start with a soft credit pull, which doesn't make any sense, but we'll deal with that later at a later time. Just trying to give everybody a heads up to prepare for it. Don't get confused by it. Go back to your original loan officer, ask them any questions, or if somebody's confusing you or trying to trick you. It's just bizarre.
It totally is. Yeah. And the print stuff that you actually get in the mail, they do a really good job of making it look like it has something to do with what you're already in the middle of the process of. County records they can reference. It's all kinds of just silly stuff. So your suggestion there, just get back in touch with your loan officer, calm things down. and keep moving.
Why are they allowed to sell that information?
It baffles me. I don't. So, you wonder about the personal information, although there's a way to get, if you have a name, you can get personal information somewhere on the web, I guess. But yeah, it just seems like it's too intrusive. When we were doing it back in 2003, when that started, the concept there is that's a client that already has a relationship with the company. So it didn't feel improper, but now there's no way that people have relationships with 6 lenders
Right.
when they're getting the phone calls now. So it's a
Right.
total different feel.
Yeah. So when we will get notifications for our customers, so you've done business with us, you had your credit pulled by a different mortgage company, we'll say, hey, FYI, we just got notification.
Does that
Not
make
sure if
sense to
you're,
you?
yeah,
Right.
I'm not sure if you're aware of it or not, but heads up. And many times they'll go, what? What did I do? So it's not always a bad thing, but there's bad things that people will do with
It just doesn't
information.
yeah, it doesn't feel whole. I'm with you.
All right. Thanks for sharing. Good stuff here. Have a great week, and we catch up soon.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.